All right, hello everybody. How y'all doing? And looks like we got just a couple people in here right now. Three to be exact, I think. Um, yeah, welcome everybody to Saturday's live stream. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications, which I think everybody in here has subscribed. So, yeah, we had a big storm blow through here last night. Got a little behind on stuff. Was out with some friends and the family, sitting in an RV while this thing blew over, and there were tornado warnings and watches all over the place. The RV was shaking like crazy, but it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool watching the lightning striking in the sky. It was spider webbing all over the place. It was massive and neat. And hey, Don, good to see you. And I had to go find my patio umbrella. It blew away. I did find it, so it's all good. Papa Mike edits. Good to see you guys. Thank you for joining. And vote on, Don. And let's see what we got going on. All right, so as you all may have noticed, I've been doing a couple videos about the Darksaber lately. Apparently it has ruffled some feathers, which is good and bad. I mean, I'm not meaning to upset anybody or get anybody worked up or anything over these. It's just mainly for a topic of conversation, a discussion, if you will. It doesn't mean that I necessarily want the Darksaber to be destroyed. If they could find a way to work it into the timeline and the canon without it being so divisive as it is, then I'm all for it. Let's keep it. Yeah, a lot of people have been really upset over it. Yeah, definitely. Go on over and hit that like button. Thank you, Don. Thank you for that. Yeah, so it's been interesting. If you guys have read the comments on my last videos, there's been some really interesting discussions and people getting heated, and that's fine because that's what Star Wars fandom is. It's passionate for us. We're all passionate about it, and it's something we all love. And that's why we're here. Views are up just a little bit, Don. I am glad for that. I'm not really sure what's happening with it, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. I mean, in one night I lost 10 subscribers after coming off of losing 15 subscribers, but that stuff happens. YouTube purges dead accounts and stuff like that, so not too concerned with it. They have been going back up a little bit at a time, so I'm happy with it. I'll be doing more of those discussion videos, just trying to get everybody involved and not just saying my theories is this and this is the way it should be, even though I did title it, it should be destroyed, but it's whatever. I'll just keep doing discussion videos and getting people engaged. It's fun. It's fun debating these things, and I don't get upset about it when people don't see my view the way I do. It's okay, because we all have different views, opinions, and that's what matters. It's Star Wars. It's fun, and that's what it's meant to be. So, what's on you guys' mind today? Everybody having a good weekend so far? Sorry, my throat gets a little dry when I talk a lot, so I need to have my coffee ready. And what happened here? Where did I go? There I am. Alright. It looks like we got a couple more people joining us. Go ahead and say hi, everybody, if you're in here. I do try to engage with everybody that joins in my live chats. That's what they're for. These live chats are for me to get to know you guys, and you guys to get to know me a little bit better. I love my viewership. Love the people that join in, even some of the negative ones. Oh, your figure just arrived from Kentucky, huh? What? You said it was from Erlanger, Kentucky, Papa Mike? Hey, good to see you, Mando with a Plan. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it's been interesting all the way around. I haven't done the Jango Fett fan fictions as much lately. I do plan on getting back to that. I took a vacation last weekend. I took 5 days off and went to a nice, warm, to say the least. It was really hot down there, but it was a beautiful city, and I really enjoyed it. And I just took some time off away from YouTube and my job and everything, and just spent some time with my wife and met up with my best friend down there and his wife, and it was a good time. We really enjoyed ourselves. Got to see some historic sites. Got to sit in the spot that Forrest Gump sat in while he was telling his tale. Oh, okay, through Erlanger Airport. That's the Cincinnati Airport, Mike. It's located in Erlanger, Kentucky, but it's actually called the Cincinnati Airport. Yeah, actually, Mando with a plan. That is an awesome figure. I took that figure and put it on the Hot Toys Sarlacc base. It's a little bit more to scale. Hang on, I'll pull it down and show you guys here in just a little bit. Maybe. No, I won't either because I am wearing pajama pants and I don't want to show that on camera, even though they are stormtroopers. Um, I'm kind of a big kid, and that's at least what my wife tells me. As you guys have noticed, I got the new hat on today. I'm not wearing the old raggedy backward one that looked like a do-rag. Papa Mike. No do-rag today. Um, yeah, so everybody just, it's good to see you guys. It's been a couple weeks since I've done a live chat, and I've missed it. Uh, Last weekend, like I said, I was out of town, so it was a much needed vacation. It was really nice, but I did miss doing the live chat. So what I'm going to do is when I go to my next vacation next month is I'm taking everything with me, my microphone, camera, laptop, all that stuff, so I can at least do live streams while I'm on vacation. I may not be able to make videos the way I have been, but I'll at least do two live streams maybe while I'm down there. So, what do you guys think of the last two videos I did about the Darksaber? I know some of you agreed that it should be destroyed and all that stuff, and I mean, one guy had a really good point by saying that it was kind of hurting the Mandalorian culture by getting rid of it. I don't see it as hurting the Reselnair, the code of the Canons of Honor, or any of that stuff, the Super Commando Codex, by getting rid of the Darksaber, because none of those include the Darksaber as a leadership tool. Um, I disagree with the guy on that part, but it was a good point. All right, Papa Mike, what do you think about all the rumors about the Book of Boba Fett? There are a lot of rumors that it might be focused on the past between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi rather than post Return of the Jedi. I think there's going to be a mixture of the things, Papa Mike, Peter. It's yeah, it's interesting to see how it's going to play out. I'm thinking they're going to do a little bit of the backflash between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, the stuff we're seeing in the War of the Bounty Hunters comic, but I don't think it's going to be a main focus of the series. I think it'll just be a series of flashbacks and stuff, just telling the tales, even post Return of the Jedi, when, you know, maybe it'll show him escaping the Sarlacc pit. And most of these rumors are just stemmed off of what Tamira Morrison had said in one of his interviews while he was in a hot tub or a spa or something. Um, it was it was interesting, and I'm okay with that. But they definitely need to show him in his new armor, and I think them saying Bosk is going to be in it, that's awesome, because he hasn't been in the War of the Bounty Hunters comics yet, and there's only 3 left to go on that. But I think Bosk is going to turn out to be a kind of one of Boba Fett's helpers. If you read the War of the Bounty Hunters comics or the Bounty Hunters comics and watch the Clone Wars and stuff like that, Bosk is really kin to Boba Fett. He likes him. He likes working with him. He enjoys him. He was even his protector at one time, his bodyguard. So Bosk has a soft spot for Boba Fett. I don't think it's going to turn out like Forlom and Zuckuss, or how Dengar seems to be coming out right now. I think it's going to be more of a camaraderie rather than a rivalry. Hey, good to see you, Dr. War has changed. Yes, Mando with a plan. Yeah, I hope they don't overdose the flashbacks as well, Papa Mike. It could wind up oversaturating it with flashbacks. Star Wars hasn't really been a huge flashback thing. I mean, there's been a few. I mean, in The Last Jedi, there was some flashbacks, and some of the Mandalorians had flashbacks, but I don't think they're going to overdo it. I think they'll stick with it the way they have been in the movies and the TV series lately. Hey, Billy Bob, good to see you. Thanks for joining. All right, so, yeah, it looks like we got our regular people in here today. I was hoping to see a couple more. Maybe they'll join in here in a little bit. Yeah, Crosshair can't become Dengar. I'm sorry, Dr. Because Dengar was already around during the Clone Wars, during some of the bounty hunter arcs with Boba Fett and Nora Singh and Bosk and stuff like that. Dengar had already been a thing. Yeah, I'd love to see how he escaped the Sarlacc in live action. I did do that fan fiction series on Boba Fett after the Sarlacc. Or maybe it was a theory video. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look. But I hope they stick with something along that lines. If they don't, it's okay. I don't mind. Yeah, I get you, Dr. Yeah, the different helmet types. Are you talking about the black one that Crosshair wears? Because it looks like they're becoming Death Troopers. Him and his little squad there. That last episode of the Bad Batch was great, though. I really enjoyed it. It was. If you guys haven't seen it, just to let you know, there is a spoiler coming. Please comment real quick if you don't want a spoiler on it. Hey, that's good, Dr. I'm glad. Um, so nobody has said anything about not wanting spoilers for the Bad Batch yet. So, um, Cad Bane's back. Sorry, everybody. Cad Bane's back. Um, it seems like he did not die during the Clone Wars. However, I do have a theory on that. That unfinished episode of the Clone Wars where Boba Fett and sorry, Don, and that unfinished episode of the Clone Wars when Cad Bane and Boba Fett duel. That didn't necessarily have to take place during the Clone Wars. That could have um, that could have easily been a episode they finish up in the Bad Batch. If you look at it, Cad Bane and Hunter doing the duel could have been like a foreshadowing of what's coming. Oh, that's cool, Dr. Let me see it when you're done, man. All right, Billy Bob. Safe travels, man. Let's see. Yeah, Don, I get up about 3 a.m. when the new episodes drop. Well, I usually get up around 3 a.m. anyway, but I hurry up down here and watch it. But yesterday I forgot all about the episode and I was down here working on a video and everything. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. And things started popping up on my phone, like different YouTubers and stuff. The Mandalorian or the Bad Batch episode 8 is this and this, and I was like, oh god! And I turned over my phone so I could finish my video, and then I went and watched it just so I wouldn't get spoiled on anything. Yeah, Mando with a plan. I expected Cad Bane to show up at some time, and like I said, I think that's a foreshadowing. Hit with him and Finnick Shan now being in it, I think it's a foreshadowing that Boba Fett's definitely going to be in it. He has to. I mean, well, he doesn't have to. I guess they could totally skip his teenage arc, but we'll see. Hey, it's. Let me see if I get this right. It's AAK. And I'm getting texts from my mother. Give me just a moment. All right. I'm going to turn my phone over so I don't see everything. Yeah, you are early. DR, yeah. I mean, like I said, that unfinished episode could easily be worked into the Bad Batch. All right, so I can't help it. All right, we're good. Yeah, they, like the Kaminoan said, the bounty hunters. Hopefully, they're successful or something along that line. So we already know Boba Fett's already a bounty hunter at this time. Aura Singh's still alive. She could wind up in it. Dengar, Bosk, Embo. I'd love to see Embo return. He's a really cool bounty hunter as well. Yeah, so I mean, most of this live stream, I wanted to concentrate on the Mandalorian, just clear up the air a little bit. I do prefer that they stick with Boba Fett's Legends story moving forward. I prefer that. He's already got a story written out. They could just go off of that. If they do something different, I'm okay with that too, as long as they don't totally trash his character. Now, Din Djarin, I love the character of Din Djarin. The only problem is he doesn't have much story yet. So I'm enjoying the Mandalorian a lot, but whatever they do with his character is all going to be brand new. So I'm excited to see that. That's not downplaying Din Djarin or Bo-Katan or any of these other Mandalorians that are in the Mandalorian culture. And trying to replace it with Boba Fett. I'm not saying Boba Fett needs to be the only Mandalorian. He could be the only Mandalore and all that stuff. Doesn't necessarily have to play out that way. It's just I favor Boba Fett, and I have since I was, 7 years old, 8 years old when it came out, maybe 9. Yeah, I hope so too. Season 3 needs to be all about Din Djarin. That was one thing that upset me about Season 2 when we started hearing the rumors about who all was going to be in it. Ahsoka. There was a rumor of Rex that never panned out because Tamir Morrison actually played Boba Fett. But Boba Fett came in, and then Bo-Katan, and then you had Luke Skywalker show up. It muddled down a little bit of what Din Djarin was about. And I want it to go back to that. Now that we have the spin-off series of the other characters, go back to Din Djarin. Let's see him go back to bounty hunting or using the Darksaber for good or destroying it or whatever happens. Let's see it happen. At first, Bo-Katan did not take the Darksaber from Sabine, i.e., at first Bo-Katan refused it, but then after they went to rescue Sabine's father, Sabine offered it to her again and she took it. Yeah, it was mostly about Grogu and the relationship between Grogu and Din Djarin, doing that foundling father-son thing. Um, yeah, and I can't imagine Din Djarin being force sensitive. I did a video on it, a theory video, where I think, and Dawn helped me out with this. She really brought it to the forefront for me, where Din Djarin may be either a guardian of the wills or one of the cultists of the wills or even a will itself, due to the flashbacks and the clothing he's wearing and his parents are wearing and stuff like that. And we don't even know that those are actually his parents. I think they are, but they might even be someone else that was raising him as a force sensitive in that kind of religious sect. Let's see. Let me send the link to the membership. Give me just a second, IE. Everybody, give me just a moment. I'm going to try to get this up for him. It should be in the description as well of the video. There should be a link in there. But let me pull it up anyway. And I'll put it in there. If anybody wants to join, memberships are live. I know I haven't done a whole lot with members and everything, but it is a great way to help out this channel grow and stuff. And eventually, I will be doing things more for the members. All right, I think I got it here. Yes. It's saying sign into chat. Why? No, don't care. All right, try that one. See if you can copy and paste it or click it or something like that. Hopefully that'll help you out. And Mando with Plan says, if George Lucas went with Boba Fett being a super trooper, the Mandalorian show would have been called the Super Trooper. Yeah, absolutely. And originally, oh man, I'm getting some lag. Originally, the concept for Darth Vader was supposed to actually be Boba Fett, and then they changed Boba Fett to maybe being Anakin's brother, and then they changed it completely to Boba Fett just being this rogue bounty hunter, and that worked. Hey, DR, you want to know why you didn't get his armor earlier? Just watch my, whatchamacallits, my fan fictions about it. I'm going to see if I can fix this whole latency thing. Huh. So there's no way to fix it. Alright, so I've got lag going on, so I'm sorry guys. Like I said, I'm not the most technically savvy person there is. Maybe I hit something wrong in the settings and all that when I was setting it up. So that link isn't working. I.e. That's weird. There should be a join button down on my main page. You'd probably have to get out of this live stream and then come back to it. I think that's how it works. Let me check it out on my little cellular device here. Oh, I can't tell because I'm me and it doesn't show anything. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, DR. I did do those fanfics about Jodocast and Boba Fett and stuff like that, about why it took so long to get his armor, and Cobb Vanth, and it made sense to me. I don't know if they're going to go with that or if they're even going to answer that question in the book of Boba Fett or the Mandalorian or the Ahsoka series or any of that. Sorry, my coaster got stuck to my cup. But today is going to be a busy day for me. After we finish this, we're going to do a little Father's Day celebration, and because I have to work tomorrow, so we're just going to take care of it today. My wife's cooking for me, and that makes me feel good. She doesn't have to, but I like it. And then tomorrow I have to work, so tomorrow, all you fathers out there, happy Father's Day. Keep supporting your kids the way you do. Keep bringing them up right. Keep bringing them up as a Mandalorian. Do it. Teach them the raisonner. Alright, let me go back a little bit. Mando, I'm lost. Give me a minute. What part of how would Sith be done? I'm lost in that conversation. I'm sorry. Hey Tyler, good to see you. She's making me Mets and mashed potatoes. So for you in England, bangers and mash. I love it. Yeah, Bobby, he is. He's a very supportive fan on this channel. And everybody, Bobby has been doing great. He's been helping me out with my logos and all that stuff. If you guys have any kind of design work needs to be done, get with him. He could really use the work. It would help him and the channel. We're kind of doing this partnership thing, and I really love it. Oh, if the Jedi and Mandalorians teamed up. Well, the Jedi have been tricked into helping Mandalorians at one time. There's a big distrust between Mandalorians and Jedi on both sides, and I'm hoping they mend that relationship, not to team up and join each other, but more to just get along. You know, like anybody that just, okay, we have a mutual understanding that we'll leave each other alone, or hey, you want to come over for dinner one night? You know, we'll make some spatchka and some bread or something. You know, we'll break bread together. Capital of potato. That's awesome. Yeah, you have been here for a long time, DR. I appreciate that. Yes, Wurst. I love Wurst. Wurst. Auf Deutsch. Um, it's all fun and games till Boba gets force powers. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. Uh, yes, I know. Mandalorian is not a race. It is a creed. It was a race at one time. They were called the Taung, but they have become extinct. And through their exploits of conquering, conquest, and war, they assimilated human-like people into the Mandalorian culture, and that's what we have today. Is them trying to carry on that tradition. Yes, Pre Vizsla's ancestor was Tar Vizsla, the only Mandalorian ever accepted into the Jedi Order. With the McDonald's, DR. Hey, thanks, Bobby. I got this down in Georgia while I was down there. I've been looking for one of these hats forever and couldn't find them. And then they just had one in this little shop. I think it's a little too small for me, but you know what? I don't care. Oh, that's awesome, Papa Mike. Hey, DR, if you're able to do it, if you're any kind of electronics guy, try to put some kind of light in there, like the Mandalorian Super Commandos in the face mask. Yes, Don. And that was one of the points I made in my last video. Well, I didn't make that point. It's in the comments. I tried to make that point that Ahsoka and Luke and whoever's left of the Jedi Order, they're not the same Jedi that were around during the Clone Wars or even before that. They have a different mindset now. They know that the arrogance of the Jedi Order at the time was their downfall, and they're a little wiser now, and they're a little more accepting of other things. Um, so I don't think getting rid of the Darksaber is actually going to appease Jedi, because Jedi don't really understand what it is that are around now anyway. I think Ahsoka does because she's been friends with Bo-Katan. But Luke, he's still learning about the Force and Jedi and all that stuff. I mean, he's probably barely cracked the shell of pre-Clone Wars era. So he wouldn't really understand probably what the Darksaber is due to it being 1,041 years old at this time. My P.O. box. All right, Don, I'll check that out. Should be able to get into it tomorrow or Monday. So it might be a couple days, but when I do, I'll definitely give you a shout out. Thank you for that. I'm not sure what it is anyway, but I'm sure it's amazing. Papa Mike, I'm still reading The Light of the Jedi. I took it with me on vacation, was reading it, but I didn't get very far in it. I'm only still about halfway done with it. I'm such a busy person, it's hard for me to read anything beyond a comic right now. I'm really trying to get through it. I'm liking it. I like it a lot. I'm in the part where the Nile's really starting to ramp up. So I, I can't wait to actually finish it. Yeah, DR, don't get discouraged too much about that. It happens. Sometimes I'll have more unsubscribers than I do subscribers, and I mean, it balances out eventually. Just wait for all this new Star Wars content to come out, and I think every Star Wars channel is just going to explode, or at least the ones that are consistent. Yeah, it's a little annoying. I mean, when I check it at night, it says, I'm 10 subscribers less than what I was. I was like, okay, whatever. uh, no, it's more of a metaphorical thing. It's like the persona of Darth Vader had died, where the living person of Anakin had returned. Um, Darth Vader may have trained Ben a little bit better, but I think with Darth Vader training him, Ben would have went to the dark side. Anakin, had he trained him, look how Ahsoka turned out. Ahsoka's very wise and very skilled and very smart, and she was all the positive things that Anakin was. So I think Ben could have probably been that as well, and had a family member teaching him that. And Luke Skywalker was just a new Jedi Knight at the time that he took over Ben. So I don't know how qualified he actually was to be a master. He didn't have the upbringing that most of the masters during the Jedi Order had. He didn't wasn't raised in the Jedi Order. There wasn't even a Jedi Order when he was around. He just had two old Jedi Masters helping him out, and they couldn't teach him everything he needed to know in just a few short weeks or months or whatever. Oh, thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that. Dawn, I will definitely check it out. If I could get to it today, I would. But like I said, today's going to be busy. We're going to be doing the Father's Day thing after this. And then once the Father's Day stuff's over, I have to put some toe molding in on my flooring. So I'll be pretty busy today. What ship will Den use now? Mando with a plan asks. That's a good question. And I hope he doesn't take Slave 1, because that's kind of taken. Maybe Slave 2. Maybe that'll be a thing. Yes, Tyler, you should play Jedi Fallen Order. Edits and I have been, well, he's been playing through it again, and I've been watching him. I've beat it like 3 or 4 times already, but I love it. I'll keep playing it. The story alone is worth the play. The functionality of it's a little clunky at times, but nothing like a PlayStation 2 game or anything like that. It's just it takes you a minute to get used to the movements, and once you do, it's a breeze. Hop on Pop Challenge. I hope not, Papa Mike. All my kids are grown. That would hurt. But yeah, Tyler, if you get the chance, play Jedi Fallen Order. It's really good. Okay, okay, Dr. I got you. I got you. Mando with a plan. Yeah, the Force Unleashed 3 would be cool, but I think Jedi Fallen Order has actually taken over that style of franchise and stuff. I'm going to be honest. I love the Force Unleashed 1 and 2. I love those games so much. I just wasn't big on the storyline. I don't know. I couldn't connect with Star Killer. Um, I just, I don't know. Something about it just didn't sit well with me and everything. Yeah, yeah. He could take any of the ships that are on the Moss Cruiser, even one of the shuttles or anything. Um, but I think. How many of you think Din needs to paint his armor? All Mandalorians have significant colors in their armor that mean something. They mean something to that person. And I think just Flat Beskar, he maybe he should go green. I think. Did Boba see Mando have the Darksaber? No, Dr. Boba did not see Mando with the Darksaber. Boba was off in his ship. I'm not sure if when he picked up Fennec Shand if he saw him with the Darksaber, but most likely not. Maybe, I don't know. He could have heard about it, something, but he was in his ship while all that was going down. Yeah, where is Javier? I haven't seen him in here today. Looks like he's missing. He's MIA. Or blue or maroon. Yeah. How about yeah, maroon would be good. Maroon and black for his armor. There's a lot of blue out there already. A lot of it's is significant to Death Watch or the old Mandalorian culture as well. I am hoping Fennec Shand gets some female Mandalorian armor. I think the gold and black or orange and black would look really good. Tyler, you're gonna get that song stuck in my head again. It took me 2 weeks to get it out of my head last time you did that, and I'm not playing the song because I got in trouble last time. Oh yeah, so after the vacation, I do feel a lot more invigorated. I feel a lot more connected with everything. Edits. Okay, so give you guys a little background of what edits is talking about. I came across, or he showed me or something, TikTok from Michael Rappaport. If you don't know who he is, he was in Friends, NYPD Blue, stuff like that, and he's hilarious. He's this New Yorker or Jersey or something, and he's just hilarious, and he's got these videos about animals and stuff. And there's this weird cat sitting outside his house. It wasn't really his house. He just saw the video and he started doing a commentary like it was his house. And there's this weird cat sitting outside his house, and he's like, Ma, there's a weird cat outside. Looks like Grandma, this thing. He's using a lot of expletives in that, but I'm not going to repeat those on here. But if you guys get a chance, check out Michael Rappaport on TikTok. Yeah, he's already famous and rich, so it doesn't matter if we give him money through TikTok. Out of Miggs, Cobb, and Fennec, least likely to be in the Mandalorian is Fennec, honestly. Well, if Boba's going to be in Mandalorian, then Fennec will be in Mandalorian. I think they're pretty inseparable right now. Next Mandalorian episode take place in the Rey timeline. That's how I feel about that. Not that I hate the sequels or anything. I just want the Mandalorian to be its own thing. And the timeline it's in right now, I think it suits well for Mandalorian being his own person and not crossing into somebody's more overarching story. Yeah, Don. His colors would have to be meaningful to him once he knows more about his story. The maroon, though, that would signify his background with his parents or the wills or whatever. So I think that would be really cool. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's see. Exotic Chain, good to see you, by the way. I did mention your comment there. I hope it's not during the Rey timeline. Not that I hate on the sequels or anything. Star Wars buff, love everything Star Wars. Do I wish they would have been a little bit different? Of course, everybody does, but we all wish the prequels would have been a little bit different too, in some way, shape, or form. F. Kayoki, good to see you. Episode 10. If it goes in the sequel timeline, just sounds so unappealing as time goes by. Rise of Skywalker does nothing the more I watch it. I enjoyed the Rise of Skywalker, honestly. I know that's not a very popular opinion, but it's for more reasons than just the story and just the characters and stuff like that. It's very personal to me. I've mentioned it before in past live streams, but I'm not going to dog anything Star Wars Except the Star Wars Holiday Special from 1978. I will dog that. The only good piece was Boba Fett. Imagine Den fights against the Gorog. You know, the giant monster that ate a Rancor in The Force Unleashed 2. Yeah, that would be crazy. That one monster you had to defeat at the end, or not at the end, but near the end, and it was chained up. That was crazy. It was enormous. Let's see. Is the Anakin and Padme a local meme, or this is now the new big thing? I've seen a lot of Anakin and Padme memes lately. You're right. That's weird. DR with the chicken stuff in the McDonald's. Can people survive a lightsaber wound to the stomach? Just curious because Han died and I took it very personally. It depends on what organs get hit, really. It's like any other thing. You can get stabbed in the stomach and live, or, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Han had a lot of guts get impaled with that lightsaber because it went all the way through. But like getting shot in the stomach or stabbed in the stomach, you can live. Depends on where it hits. If it hits your liver, your stomach, or any of that, you're not going to live very long. I'm not doing a McChicken review. Sorry, DR. McDonald's is not appealing to me at all. I don't spend good money on bad food. And don't anybody mail me a McChicken sandwich in my P.O. box. I won't eat it. It'll sit in there and rot. Sorry. If they do rot. I don't even know if they're real food. Indiana Jones 5. Yeah, I can talk about that at some point. I haven't seen much about it other than that picture of Harrison Ford going like that and his skin's all falling off of him and stuff, and everybody's like, he still looks good. I'm like, look at his arms. He needs to retire. Wendy's chicken, now that's different. I'd even do, I know it's not popular among everybody, but I'd do a Chick-fil-A review because I love Chick-fil-A. Don't care about their politics. I really don't. Not that I side with them or go against them or anything like that. I like their chicken sandwiches. It's kind of the same with politicians or actors. Sorry, I pay Chick-fil-A for their sandwiches. I don't pay them for their politics. Whether it goes to their politics or whatever, I don't care. I pay for the sandwich. When I pay to watch a movie, I pay the actors to act like somebody else. It doesn't matter what their politics are or anything like that. I could agree with them, disagree with them, doesn't matter. I'm not paying them for their politics. And what they use their money for, I don't care. Because what I use my money for, I'm sure they don't care. But it's the same thing. It's their personal preferences in their lives. Just because they have a bigger platform to spew their politics is the only reason people hate on them. I don't care what people's politics are. I just enjoy a chicken sandwich, and I enjoy actors. You'll have to read about that, DR. I really don't want to get into the politics of things. Hardee's. There hasn't been a Hardee's around here in a long time, Papa Mike. There's a couple down south. We passed them up. But to me, they're just above McDonald's and right below Wendy's. Yeah, I don't talk about politics too much, Tyler. It's it's it doesn't belong here. I mean, unless it's Star Wars politics, then I don't talk about real world stuff. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth and everybody else's. And there's things you don't talk about with friends, and that's religion, politics, and money. And I try to stick to those rules. Yeah, DR. I'd love to see him in the Empire Strikes Back suit, but just not for the whole series of Book of Boba Fett. Yeah, Tyler. I was in Savannah, Georgia. It's a beautiful place. I had such a blast there. But a lot of the historic buildings were not built for people who are 6'4", 6'5". They were built for people who were 5'7", and I have a lot of knots on my head because I did not pay attention to doorways when I was leaving taverns and pubs. I just blink a couple times. Oh, I love the South, Tyler. I've been down there many times. I've lived in Memphis. I've been to Georgia quite a few times. I've never been to Alabama, though. That's one place I really do want to get to. Uh, I like the South a lot. I like the warmth of the South, and the people down there are just incredibly nice. Everybody's so friendly and helpful, except one state that I went through, and I don't want to name it because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm excluding them because I'm sure you're all great people. But and it wasn't the people that put a bad taste in my mouth. All right, I'll say it. It's North Carolina. Um, we went through there, and I could not find a restaurant open on a Sunday or Saturday. I or was it Sunday? It was Sunday. I couldn't find one restaurant open on Saturday. Sunday. So I was like, I hate North Carolina. Yeah, I hope there's an episode 10 as well. Just to show some new generation, but I don't think that's going to happen for at least another probably 10 years or so. 5'3", you'd have fit right through those doorways, man, with a plan. I did not. My wife is 5'1". She just glided right through them. I had a Star Wars shirt on. I was leaving one tavern, and it had a brick arch in front of it. I mean, these buildings were built in like the 1700s, and when I was leaving, somebody said, "Hey, nice shirt. I love your shirt." And I turned to say thank you, and bonk, smacked my head right on the doorway. Everybody's like, "Oh!" There was a big crowd around too, and I just played it off. I was like, "Thank you," and I ducked and went out the door. And then I rubbed my head after I got out of view. All right, Tyler, let's hear it. Yeah, I think Dr. that there might be more than one season, at least two for the Book of Boba Fett, and I'm glad for that because the first reports came out saying it was only going to be 7 episodes or 6 episodes or something, up to an hour long each. I will keep making videos and nobody watching them, Tyler. Sorry. I do not buy McDonald's unless I am in a pinch, and it's probably been 3 years since I've ate anything from McDonald's. It's still funny though. Dr. You can't stay away long enough to not watch a video. Yeah, see, even Edits thinks McDonald's is bad. And that's not saying anything bad about you, Edits. I know you like good food like I do. Yeah, that's what it was. The first reveal was 4 episodes, Don. Thank you for reminding me. And up to an hour long. So that means they could be anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour. That doesn't even equal up to a full Star Wars movie. Unless they're all an hour, then it equals 1.5 Star Wars movies. Only fries and milkshakes from Mickey D's. That's right. Um, yeah, I do like their fries. And their milkshakes aren't bad. Their McFlurries, those are pretty good. But I just avoid the temptation and don't go there. Their coffee's awesome too. I do buy their coffee from the grocery store because they have really good coffee. McDonald's has amazing coffee, almost as good as White Castle's or Dunkin' Donuts. Sleep with one eye open. That clown freaks me out, by the way. Yeah, Burger King is a little bit better than McDonald's. I will say that. I haven't ate there in a long time either. No, man. Um, yeah, so now there's, I don't know how many people we have in here right now. 12? 8, maybe? I can't really tell. Um, did everybody like the stuff I did with the Darksaber? I'm just curious, because, like I said at the beginning of the video, it wasn't a matter of hating on the Darksaber or trying to change Mandalorian society or culture or anything like that. I really don't think the Darksaber is going to do any of that because the Resolnair is still intact. I just think it's divisive. It has caused more trouble in the galaxy than it's worth. Uh, and if anybody else took it and held on to it and put it in an archive or something like that, there's going to be some rogue person that wants that Darksaber for its power. I mean, let alone it's a lightsaber as well. So I mean, look how the lightsabers are being traded on the black market after the Order 66 thing. Oh, cool. Uh, yeah, Peter. Yeah, if I had the money, I'd buy a Darksaber myself. I mean, they're cool for a collection. I don't have to worry about a rogue Mandalorian coming in my house to steal it to take leadership or anything. So, I mean, yeah, more power to anybody that wants to collect the Darksaber as one of the lightsabers. Yeah, let's see that helmet when you're done with it, Dr. And if you guys don't know, you can message me on my Facebook page, Star Wars Fanatic, on there. And if you guys want to send pictures of stuff you do and stuff like that, or send ideas for videos, I'll gladly accept them. Yes, Mando with a plan. Thank you. Um, the Darksaber hasn't been a thing of leadership. Tar Vizsla even gave up the Darksaber before he became a leader of Mandalore. Uh, so the only person that it really didn't start becoming a symbol of leadership until pre Vizsla. It was a symbol of leadership through House Vizsla and their clan and all that stuff before that. But until Maul took it from pre Vizsla, it wasn't anything. Now everybody's in this uproar. You're trying to change Mandalorian society and all that stuff, saying the Darksaber needs to be destroyed. It was never a symbol of real leadership. It was just, hey, I got this badass sword. Hey Don, yeah, that was one thing that upset me about North Carolina is I wanted to eat at the Jack in the Box down there, and it was closed. I've never ate at a Jack in the Box, but I was upset. No, I haven't seen the world record for the most Star Wars stuff, Tyler. I'll check that out later. Yeah, thank you, Don. But if you guys read the comments on my last video from should the dark saber be destroyed, uh, I mean, I was getting some really nasty hate stuff on there, and I don't mind. I know people are passionate about their Star Wars and everything, but it was a misconception, a misunderstanding that I'm not trying to take away Mandalorian culture. Mandalorian culture existed long before the Darksaber was considered a thing of leadership. The Ruzzlenair, the Super Commando Codex, the Cannons of Honor, all that stuff existed before Maul took the Darksaber and said this is going to be the new thing of leadership. I mean, Pre Vizsla had the Darksaber, and how many Mandalorians saw him as the leader of Mandalore? None. He was an outcast on Concordia. Um, and he was a governor of Concordia, but he wasn't the Mandalore by any means. Moff Gideon, how many Mandalorians knew he was the leader of the Mandalorians when he had it? Nobody. Djarin didn't even know who Moff Gideon was or the Darksaber. You'd think the Children of the Watch would have taught him about it if the Darksaber was really that relevant. Yeah, it's nothing but trouble, Don. It's done nothing but instigate fights and division in the Mandalorians. And I know the Mandalorians are a warrior people, and I'm not trying to take that away at all. They have always fought in clans and stuff like that, but maybe unified, they'd be a better warrior society. They'd be more able to defend themselves against a purge from the Empire, or even if the new Jedi Order decides Mandalorians are too much of a threat, they'd be able to defend themselves against that. Major Fetties. Yeah, I mean, he had some good points, Dr. So I'm not knocking what he said or anything. I think it was just a miscommunication, and maybe emotions got a little more into it than they should have, and that's fine. I get emotional too when it comes to Star Wars. I'm not upset by the comments or anything. I just think they could have been a little bit better. Yeah, Moff Gideon, you have been summoned. Good to see you. Yeah, if the Mandalorians weren't divided, they could have destroyed the Empire, Tyler. I mean, look at it. Stormtroopers can't hit anything, and Mandalorians are precise with their shots. They have an arsenal just on their arms, not let alone their rocket on their jetpack, their knee rockets, and spikes on their shoes. And you can't take out a Mandalorian easily. Jango Fett took out 6 Jedi barehanded. And yeah, Mando with a plan. It is a symbol of divide in the Mandalorian culture. It's it was used by Vizsla as a means of saying this is my divine right to rule when it wasn't. There really wasn't anything since the Mask of Mandalore way back when that was a symbol of right to rule. Um, and it's whatever. Mickey Mouse, the most powerful person in all of Star Wars. Yeah, and a lot of people can hate on the sequels all they want and all that stuff, and say Disney's ruined Star Wars. But I mean, what they're failing to see is that Disney's also in charge of the Mandalorian. Disney's in charge of Kenobi, Book of Boba Fett, everything coming out, not just the sequels. They had some missteps with the sequels, I'll give them that, but they were new taking over to the franchise as well, and really didn't think about what they were doing. They were just trying to give fans something fans haven't seen in a long time. So they were hurrying up, trying to get it out because they had just spent 4 point something billion on a franchise, and they needed to start getting a return on it right away. I hate to say it's all about money, but I mean, if I made movies, I wouldn't want to distribute them for free. That, that's a lot of money you're putting into something, even if it's a passion project. It can't be for free. Yeah, nobody's unbeatable. That's true, Mando. We saw a lot of Mandalorians get killed. Yeah, the divine right to rule. Exactly. I didn't want to bring up any of those imperialists, but basically that's what the Empire is as well. Oh, good. I got lag again. Sweet. Open to close and slave. I think Boba does have one more set of armor, and I think maybe two. I think he's holding on to Jodo Cast's armor for a minute, and I think he has Django's Django's original armor. I think he's wearing Jaster Muriel's armor, honestly. Yeah, and Dawn, you may be right about that too. I don't know much about the Scots clans and all that. I do know about the struggle between them and the English with Robert the Bruce and all that stuff. And I found that very interesting. Free Scotland. I don't want to get into the politics of that stuff. No, actually, Jaster's was oh, what was it? I'll have to look back on it, but it wasn't all silver. Jodo Cast, I'd love to see in the Book of Boba Fett. I did my fan fictions on JodoCast, and I had a really good time with those. I need to finish them because he's on a quest to find his sister, and we all know who his sister is. Come on. Yeah, DR, I'm still working through the War of the Bounty Hunter comics, and I'm hoping they explain a little bit of that. That's why I haven't said too much about the armor lately and the fan fictions and stuff, because it's just, yeah, I don't want to get into a mess with that because it is a mess. I'm pretty sure you're right, though. There's probably two sets of armor, which is way different than what I said before. See, guys, I can conform to reason. There's probably two sets of armor out there from Django. Mando with a plan. He didn't have a sister in the original stories, but is it a coincidence that Rook Cast has the same last name, and that the Mandalorian armorer has similarities to Rook Cast? You like the arguing back and forth? Hey, Tyler, I can do more discussions. I mean, I stopped doing a lot of the old discussions and really, I really upset a lot of people with some of the Luke and Obi-Wan Kenobi comments I'd made originally back when I started this channel. Um, so I stopped doing those just because I was ruffling a lot of feathers and I really wanted viewership and people to come in. But now I'm seeing it as, you know what? It's healthy. It's healthy debate. It's healthy to debate these things. Just because I put a theory out there doesn't mean I 100% fall behind it. It just means that this is a possibility. This is something that shouldn't be overlooked. Let's take it into consideration for a moment. Um, yeah, but I'm going to get back into doing those discussion videos because I like them. I like debating with people. I don't get upset when I debate with people. It's just fun. It's pure fun. Yeah, I must have misunderstood you, Tyler. Sorry. Need to play some Jenga Fett. I've been playing Bounty Hunter a lot more lately. The old PS2 game. I have it on my PlayStation 4. Um, I've been playing it more lately because I really enjoy the story in it. Even though it's a really clunky game and it's a little hard to figure out where you're supposed to go and stuff like that. There's no hints in it at all, and I'm old. I need hints. Yeah, DR, I'm with you. I think the Book of Boba Fett's going to be the at least the best show of the new stuff until we see what the Acolyte's all about. That I really want to see. It's near the end of the High Republic, and I understand that Revan may be in it, which seems like they're getting rid of the whole Old Republic timeline and making it High Republic. I don't know. That's confusing to me. Yes, Mando with a plan. Exactly. Um, yeah, I mean, everybody has their own opinions, and I respect that. I respect everybody's opinions. That's why I don't. That's why I don't hate on people that hate the sequel trilogy. I don't expect anybody to hate on me because I liked it. It's just a matter of opinion. Um, I agree with some of the faults in it, but I agree with some of the faults in the prequels as well and the original trilogy. There was a lot of missteps in all of it. There's inconsistencies all the way through Star Wars, and that's part of what makes Star Wars cool is that it gives us reasons to make theories. Why is this the way it is? Well, because of this, and they don't explain that in the movie, but this is my head canon. This is my theory on it. Visions. I'm kind of confused on that one, Don. I haven't read a whole lot about it. I know it's going to be anime, but is it going to be anime stories that are already out, like retelling the movies through anime, or is it going to be like the fan fiction animes that we saw on YouTube with the TIE fighter pilots and the X-wing pilots and stuff like that? If it's that, then I'm really excited for it. If it's just a retelling of the Star Wars movies and stuff, then I don't know. Yeah, Yeah, DR, absolutely. Man, Boba Fett, I mean, it's inevitable, really. I mean, I'm sure they can find a way to not put Boba Fett in the Bad Batch, but I think it's coming. And I did like the last episode where they finally did a cutscene to something else rather than staying on the Bad Batch the entire time. We got to see Camino, even if it was just for a couple seconds. It was like, whew, let us breathe. We don't need to look at the Bad Batch and Omega the entire time. Let's cut scenes to different areas to see what's going on. All right, guys. I've run over on my time a little bit, and I'm probably going to get some texts here asking when I'm going to wrap up, so I might as well go ahead and do that. So, I really appreciate you guys coming in and joining me today. It has been a blast, as always. I'm going to try to do a midweek one this week, just to touch base with you guys and hang out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so and hit the bell to be alerted when I do upload new videos about Star Wars, Mandalorians, Boba Fett, and all that good stuff. And give the channel the video a like as well. It does help boost my channel a little bit. Share the video with some friends if you feel like it. I'd really like that. Let's blow this channel up as wide as we can. That way, when all this new Star Wars content does come out, they got somebody to turn to. Somebody that isn't divisive. Not saying that all YouTubers are divisive. They're not. There's a lot of good ones out there. But thank you all for joining me. And thank you for watching and joining in and participating and engaging and all that. And remember, this is the way. The only way.